right, before I got on here, I got word that people had done bets on my speech. So, good night, good night, good night. Somebody just won some money. Good morning, everyone. How are y'all feeling today? Good? All right. Before I begin, I need everybody to do me a favor. So if everybody could please stand up. Now, take one step to your left. And then take one step to your right. All right, y'all can sit back now. Perfect. Now, by any chance, if I bomb this speech, nobody can say they weren't moved by it. Bro, we haven't even graduated yet. I'm making dad jokes. Oh, man. My name is Straker, and I came to Avenues in the 6th grade. It strikes me as both fitting and poetic that we call ourselves aviators, because the past 7 years of my life have indeed felt like one continuous flight. Just like any lengthy trip, I found myself often focused on the destination rather than savoring the journey itself. I vividly recall my first days at Avenues, my mind already fixated on reaching this very moment. At just 11 years old, all I wanted to be was 18. And now at 18, I find myself looking back, reflecting on the moments, places, and objects that have shaped my experience at Avenues. One of those objects being our boarding pass for this flight, AKA this physical ID that nobody ever wore, no matter how much Miss Heard harassed us. As I gaze into the crowd and see the faces of my fellow classmates, a flood of memories rushes in. Perhaps it's that laugh we shared during a funny conversation on the 9th floor couches. Maybe it's screaming our lungs out together at the volleyball game against Poly Prep last year. Or it could be that profound insight you shared during an English class that forever altered my perspective on The Great Gatsby. Throughout the years, I've had the privilege of making cherished moments with each and every one of you. That's the beauty of Avenues. It brought together 111 unique individuals and forged a tight-knit community unlike any other. Of course, no flight is without its bumpy moments, and we certainly encountered some turbulence along the way. Back in March 2020, what we thought was a seemingly insignificant blip on our radar turned into a pandemic that upended our lives. Yet in Avenues fashion, we made the best of it and turned it into a learning opportunity. Waiting for teachers to let us into Zoom meetings taught us patience, and experiencing bad Wi-Fi after teasing our friends for getting lagged out taught us empathy. We learned how to be resilient and how to adapt. And that adaptability came in handy because just as we began to turn the corner on the pandemic, we were confronted with more turbulence. The rise of AI, a technological shift that challenged all of us. Through ChatGPT, we learned the values of originality, creativity, and integrity. And let's not forget the bumpiest part of our journey at Avenues, surviving 600 friggin' pages of Eric Foner. My God, a tough read. We know this flight wouldn't have been as amazing if it weren't for our lovely air crew. Teachers, staff, and faculty, thank you for all of your hard work and dedication. From Miss Ovula reassuring my class that the world wasn't going to end after we had entered English feeling dejected from a tough math test, to Mr. Wally for not only being a great coach, but also being one of the only role models who looked like me in this space. Thank you for pushing me. Thank you for pushing me to be greater both on and off the track. You guys impacted us on a level deeper than just education. The way you shaped our character will stay with us for the rest of our lives, even if y equals mx plus b won't. To our deans, you quite literally have helped us book our next flight. But comparing you to a travel agent feels reductive. Serving as our college advisors, our advocates, and occasional therapists, you've been there for us every step of the way. I personally don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for my dean, Mr. Sweeney. Thank you for sticking with me through all the midnight emergency emails and last-minute requests for college essay edits. Thank you for never giving up on me, even when it felt like administration was ready to. To all of our deans, thank you for your support and dedication to our success. On this flight, I've had the greatest pilots I could have ever asked for, my mother and my father. Thank you for ensuring Thank you for ensuring that I had the best flight possible. Thank you for sacrificing your desired destinations so that I could have a first-class experience growing up. I love you so much, and I hope that I've made you proud. And now here we are at the end of this flight, ready to embark on the next stage of our journey. As we step into the cockpit and grasp the controls, we become the pilots of our own destinies. But let me urge you, as you begin this new flight, don't become so fixated on the destination that you miss the beauty in the journey itself. Promise me that you'll live in the now, embracing each moment with presence and gratitude. Looking back, it's astonishing how quickly these past 7 years have flown by. Let's not allow life to pass us by in a blur. It's way too short for us to spend the present consumed with anxiety about the past or anticipation about the future. Let's eliminate the question of are we there yet from our vocabulary and instead marvel at how far we've come and appreciate what we're doing now. Remember, it's not about speed but direction. It's about knowing where you're headed and staying true to your course, even if it means taking things at a slower pace. Rushing through life only increases the risk of crashing. Instead, focus on pursuing your passions with unwavering determination and trust that in due time, each of us will reach our destination. Class of 2024, it's our time. This is the moment we take flight. Yes, it may be bumpy, but our time at Avenues has prepared us and equipped us to handle any turbulence life may throw at us. Though it's bittersweet, we'll be taking off individually. I know you guys will do great things, and I cannot wait to see where you land. Go Aviators. Now, before I get off the stage, I just want to do one more thing. Can I get an Avenues on 3 and family on 6, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dang.